Hi, everybody. My name is Eljay Reid. I'm a part of the Music and Worship Committee, and today I'll be doing a little instructional video for you. A little bit about me. I have worked with international and local acts as an accompanist, and I've worked with a few local acts as a producer and an arranger. Today we're at the Almighty Studios in Jacks Hill, Jamaica, and I want to thank them for sponsoring this video by allowing me to use the space and the personnel to create this content. All right, so what we'll be looking at today is just some tips and tricks that have helped me in the over 10 years I've been in music, to hone my craft and to do what I do at the level that I do it. So one of the things that I'll be talking about today is things that we look for when we are learning songs for worship or to play just in general. There are three things that we kind of look at and look for when we are learning music. And those three things are, especially for every musician, but especially for those who play harmonic instruments like myself, bass players and guitarists. It does impact drummers as well and singers. Knowing this will help you to be better at it. So one of the things that I've learned, even as I studied, was that knowing everybody else's part helps you to play your part better. So I know it might be a little bit of information that singers and some drummers may not be able to process, but YouTube and Google searches will help you in the long run. But three things that we generally consider or that are part of learning music are the key, the time signature, and the harmonic rhythm. So key speaks to the collection of pitches that creates the harmonic foundation for a melody or a song. Now, key can either be major or minor. We're going to play the major scale, so I want you to listen to it. I'm going to play it twice, and this is how the major scale sounds. And we're going to do this in the key of C. So in the key of C, we play all white keys. For those who are able to understand, a major scale consists of those are two whole steps, a half step followed by a whole step, whole step, and a half step. All right. And that is the major sound. Then we have the minor key, and we're going to play C minor for this example, and it sounds like this. So what we have done is flatten the third note, flatten the sixth note, flatten the seventh note to give us the minor sound. And this consists of a whole step, a half step, whole step, half step, whole step, and a whole step. Now, the reason why this is important is because the organization of those pitches help us to form the chords that we need to play the songs. At the fundamental level, these are all of the basic chords in a C major key. C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A major, B diminished, and we have C again. For the minor key, I want you to note what happens. We have a minor, C minor, we have D diminished, we have E flat major, we have F minor, we have G minor, we have A flat major, we have B flat major, and then we have C minor again. So in any key that we're going to, whether it be C minor, C major, or any of the other keys, these patterns are the same. So note the pattern in terms of where the semitones and the tones fall, the whole steps and the half steps fall rather, and that will help you to know what to play. So when we hear a song, we take that into consideration, the key that it is in. So when we find the key, we're able to identify and put context to the chords and so on. There are different levels of this where we talk about things that modal interchange, where you borrow chords from one key and play it in the key that you're in to create um, what we would call tension and release in the music to give life to it. We won't be discussing that um, in this video, but that is something to consider when you're playing that. Sometimes all of the things that you may hear in a song might not be in the key that the song is in. So we must use our ears to identify nuances like that. So that pretty much covers key. The other thing that we look at is time signature. Now, time signature speaks to the grouping of the songs. We have what we call irregular time signatures and regular time signatures. And one of the shortcuts to understand this is that the regular time signatures are even numbers and the irregular time signatures are odd numbers. And typically the even numbers are not greater than 4. So we either got 2 or 4 or 3, right? The irregular things are like 5, 7, and 11. And what I think you can go to like YouTube videos to hear differences or examples of that. But in the context of most church music here in Jamaica, we sing things that are mostly regular timed, either in 2, either in 3, and in 4. And then we have a particular time signature or example of time signatures that we call compound time, which is like our 6/8 and our 12/8. So for argument's sake, Reckless Love is a compound time signature, which is probably can be felt and interpreted as either 6/8 or 12/8. So that is something to consider. But a majority of our music is in 4. So just to highlight it is that we look at something that we call bars. And in every bar of music, there should be 4. In the context of 4/4 rather, there should be 4 quarter notes in that bar. And we can hear a quarter note as this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what happens is that we subdivide these quarter notes into either larger or smaller divisions that help us to create music. So an example of that is this. So I will count the quarter notes and I will clap the divisions. So this is the regular 4/4 time quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. We're going to the half notes now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to the whole notes now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what you realize is that for every one clap at the half note, it equal to 2 quarter notes because you heard me go 1, 2. Everybody understand that? Great. Now for the whole notes, for every one clap made, it equal to 4. Then you have the smaller subdivisions like 8th and 16th note, and I'll stop at the 16th note. For now, the 8th note is like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So for every one quarter note, you hear me clap twice. 1. And then you have 16 notes, which for every quarter note, I'll play 4 16 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So everybody understand that. So when we consider all of that now, this helps us to make music. So we can have different types of notes in the bars, but all of them should equal. The organization of the notes should be equal to the time signature in this case, we're using 4 as an example. All right, great. So these are some of the things that I identify when I'm learning music. I try to find the time and the key. And for harmonic instruments, we consider the harmonic rhythm. Now, harmonic rhythm is is a fancy way of saying how the chords move, the time it takes for a chord to change or move. So for argument's sake, I'm living by faith, which is in 3/4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The harmonic rhythm for that song is 1 chord for every bar. So we go 1, 2, 3. That's 1 bar. We change chords 1, 2, 3. So that is the harmonic rhythm. Lord, I lift your name on high, on the other hand, has a harmonic rhythm of 2 beats. So for every 2 beats in the bar, we change the chord. Lord, I lift your name on high. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I am learning music, I take all these things into consideration, and then I listen to the music to identify the nuances that are how would I say it, that are unique to the song. And then I work out the chords, the progression, and all of those stuff. And then I'm able to reproduce the song. So that's it for this video for today. I hope you have learned something.